Hey there guys, and welcome back to Bravely Default. So, in the last episode, we managed to save Agnès from the Eternian soldiers. Thankfully, after running out of ammunition, Barras and Holly chose to retreat to resupply. However, I'm a little worried about Agnès. I think it would be a good idea to go run after her. You know, at the very least, let's make sure she makes it to town back okay. You know, she's been through an ordeal.
You said you could unmake it. Do you mean to say you'll repair that giant hole?
I will do what only I am able. Purify the crystals and release them from the darkness. Once this blight has been purged from all 4 of the world's crystals, order will be restored. It is the only way.
Vestals have been pouring their prayers into the crystals for generations. Agnès is going to release all that at once. The flood of light that comes out of them should be more than enough to wipe that big hole off the map.
I can't even imagine. Agnès, please, let me help you.
My task is not your concern.
It is my concern. The chasm, it just swallowed up my village, my family, my friends. I lived the same routine all my life, and that was just stolen from me in an instant. I'll not allow anyone else to suffer the same. I'll do anything. Anything you need. Please, you're a light. My ray of hope. And I want to help.
Well, Agnès?
I cannot accept. This burden is mine alone, and alone is how I'll see it done.
But why? Please.
I shall see you back to the city, and there our paths will part. You are not meant to carry this load.
I truly appreciate your desire to help. But do you intend to just leave your village like this? No, of course not. I'll rebuild it. Someday. I am wanted by the Duchy. Eternian assassins may lurk in any shadow, at any time. What's more, I must leave this place at once to purify the crystals. If something were to befall you, who would be left to put your village to rights again? I'll rebuild it. I will. You don't have to tell me. I'm the only one who can. Then surely it's best you stayed and... But Norende will never be whole again until that chasm is gone. And here I meet you, the one person who knows how to make that happen. It seems that the obvious thing to do is help you, keep you safe, and solve this thing, together. Yes, but how do you propose? I don't know yet. First, the king needs to know what's happened. Ugh. I can only imagine what Tiz is going through right now. I mean, he just saw his entire village get destroyed in the beam of light.
What's that pendant you wear?
This? It was given to me by someone special. It's something of a lucky charm.
A lucky charm? That's charming. Sorry, that sounded daft. It's very pretty. It suits you.
Alrighty, Agnès' pendant. This miraculous accessory lets you communicate with other players. Register other players you like to play with as friends. You can summon friends to aid you in battle, share abilities, and more. First, register friends using the 3DS system. Then, just repass and you're all set. Or visit them via the internet or local connection. Use update data below save to access internet and grab your friend's latest data. Updating brings a lot more benefits than just that, so be sure to just do it at least once a day. Alright, we got ourselves another tutorial. Oh, look at the little goblin. Let's kill it. So essentially we can do an action, we can send it, and if you also ask your friends to send their strongest attacks before you tackle a boss. But unfortunately, we're going to be forever allowing this particular Let's Play, so we're not going to be having much use for that. But essentially you can have your friends give you a little helping hand if you need it. We're going to summon friend, send, and we're going to send an attack. Press right on the control pad, or tap the icon on the left of the bottom screen to open the map menu. There, tap the inboxing icon to view new Street Pass info. Strangers use Street Pass will be registered as guests. Guests can be summoned just like friends, so get out there on Street Pass. Get those guests. Make this game slightly easier for yourself. But unfortunately, I'm going to be forever alone in this battle, so unfortunately no Street Pass for me. Also, this is the 3DS I use to record things, so not really a whole lot I can do in terms of Street Passing. Now, we do need to see the king, but there's a problem. He's only around during the daytime. At night, he's a sensible human being that sleeps, unlike me, who is awake all the time. So, it's morning, we can finally go see him. But yeah, I can only really imagine what Tiz can be going through right now. I mean, the very last thing he saw his brother plummet to his death. That feeling of him losing his grip on his brother's hand and him plummeting to his death, that image will never leave his mind for as long as he lives.
Ah, Tiz. Good to see you safely returned. What of Norende? I take it from your grim countenance, our fears were confirmed.
It is gone, but not forgotten, Your Highness. I'm prepared to rebuild it. It will take time, but Norende will recover.
Well spoken, lad. I shall support the effort however I can. Take this. It will serve as a token of your new office as chairman of the restoration effort.
It's an honor. Your Highness, isn't there any way to drive the Eternian military from the borders of your kingdom?
Tiz.
They've been a curse upon us all of late. And never more than this last week. They're in a lather over this search for the Wind Vestal. I've no clue what has them so desperate, but they've begun making bold threats. They've berthed their ships at the lake southwest of us, with cannons trained on the city. I fear our own ships cannot fly as long as they've our people at gunpoint. It galls me, but there's little I can do.
Your Highness, I offer my humblest apology for the ordeal I have forced upon your kingdom. I am Agnès Oblige, the Vestal of Wind.
You!
I shall resolve the matter. I give you my word, I will cause you no further grief.
Will you? Yes, that would be... But wait a moment.
You need worry on the matter no further, Your Highness. Farewell.
Wait! I'm coming too!
Alrighty, we are now in charge of the Norende Restoration Project. Hit right on the control pad or touch this icon at the left of the bottom screen to open up the map menu. Then pick the fourth icon to visit Norende Village. So we tap the bottom screen and go down to this lovely little icon down here. We can start rebuilding Norende. You can give building orders from the screen. Use the touchscreen to issue commands. With every street pass, the village gains a new resident. A task that takes 1 worker an hour only takes 2 workers 30 minutes. Got 10 residents? You're done in 6 minutes flat. You can also erect buildings. Shops breathe life into a town. touch a site, set the worker count, and the building begins. If you like to build on rough land, you'll have to till it first. Then we also deal with things called nemesis. Nemesis are mysterious enemies that invade through the net. They have two ways into your world. They can be sent from the server when you update data, or you can send from others via Street Pass. When Nemesis icon appears on the village, touch it and select fight. Just watch the recommended level. If you're going to be wiped out, it's game over. The village can hold up to 7 Nemesis at once. When it arrives, the oldest will disappear, unless it's being protected. If you want to fight it, you gotta protect it. And then we can send it using the Street Pass. Again, I am not going to be using the Street Pass feature, so I can pretty much just ignore this. Alright, so we can till land, which takes about 10 hours to do. We can also start working on the armor shops, as well as the item shops. Now, while this can be very convenient in terms of getting items early on, they're also much more expensive than the in-game items. So, plan accordingly. I actually like items, so let's go ahead and get this one started. It only takes 15 minutes to do. And we will assign one worker. We only have one person inside our village anyways, so let's get him doing stuff. Agnès, what do you mean you'd resolve the matter? Don't tell me you're thinking of storming the Eternian camp at the Southwest Lake alone. Don't be ridiculous. That's exactly what I'm planning to do. Well, I'm well aware that I'm no match for an airship. Good. It sounds like they have this city in their crosshairs besides. As long as these people are held hostage, I have no choice. They didn't seem the types to talk this out, though. Wait. You wouldn't. You can't. Oh, I don't like the looks of that. Now, we didn't grab it the first time we were here, but there's some stuff lying around here. Let's see, there should be a statue here somewhere that contains a set of eye drops. Kind of a weird spot for them, but I'm actually really liking the detail on this statue. Like, it's very well designed, considering it's a background object. Also, I believe there is something else around here. Yep, 100 pieces of gold. Hey, King, any particular reason why you didn't give this to me the first time? You know, when I went off to save Norende and stuff like that? Like, you said you would have liked to have given me part of your guard, but this would have helped too. Okay.
Agnès! Oh, Agnès! I have a plan. A good one. Get captured. Then they'll take you aboard their airship. That's your ticket across the sea.
It's true that no ships can sail upon the ocean now that it's rotted.
You can't really mean to. Agnès, they'll kill you.
I'll not ask you again. Leave us. You are too eager to meddle in the affairs of others. Farewell.
Agnès, wait. That road leads to the graveyard. It's a dead end.
Which way is the lake?
It seems you've need of a guide. At least let me show you the way there.
Unacceptable.
I think it's a grand idea. It could take weeks with Agnès' sense of direction.
Airy? Very well. Then I ask you to serve as our guide. Only as a guide. And only as far as the lake. Is that clear?
As a crystal, leave it to me.
Oh dear. Weeks, she said. Weeks. Well, we don't have weeks. Your sense of direction is so bad, it's almost magical, Agnès. What? Surely it's not so. How many times did you get lost in that ravine? There was only one path. Then it took you 2 hours to find me at the top, despite perfect visibility. That canyon path was very twisty. I'm certain it's even a maze, even to the locals. No, not even. Uh-oh. She's staring daggers at me again. But yeah, at least I have an excuse to tag along and, never mind. Open mouth, insert foot. Stay close. The lake we made for is said to be unreachable by any but the most knowledgeable. Right, of course. Mm-hmm. I'll bet. So, what do you plan to do once we get there, Agnès? That is no concern of yours, Tiz. I've no choice. Not as long as they have the people of Kaldisla in their sights. It will be fine. Enemy or no, they are men, not monsters. Okay. So this is probably going to be a slightly longer episode, simply because we're on the 3rd episode of this Let's Play, and we haven't had an actual boss fight yet. And so we're not finishing this episode until we have our first boss fight. I am in need of a boss fight. Speaking of which, we kind of need things for defense. And there is some expensive items in here that we could use. Case in point, Kenpo-gi sounds fantastic. I would like that on Agnès. As well as a bagel for Agnès as well, get some extra HP on her. And what else can we go for here? I guess I could give her a helmet, but I'd rather she have the magical defense. Buckler actually might not be a bad idea. Our physical attack will drop a little bit, but we would have more defense. And for boss fights, it's probably a little bit better to have a more defensive build, so I'll pick up a second buckler. And I believe that's it. That's all we really need. We could get a broadsword for Agnès, but then our aim will drop down, so let's stick with a dagger on Agnès. Go ahead and equip all that as well. Let's see here. We're going to equip the buckler. And for Agnès, she can keep the buckler, she can keep the dagger, keep the hat, but we will switch this out for the Kenpo-gi. And go back into this, and get the bronze bagel as well. I think we're doing okay for items. We have enough potions, we also have a Phoenix down, so we should be fine for that. We don't have access to magic just yet, but there is some other things in this town that we could go pick up. Now let's see, if I recall correctly, on the left part of the graveyard somewhere, right here, there's a potion. And on the right side is... let's see, where was it? Where was it? Oh, my sense of direction is terrible. Here we go, behind the bush. Another Phoenix down. Lastly, on the southeast corner of the city, there should be an antidote. Now, where was it? Down here? Down here in the bush, alright. Of course we will find an antidote in the bush. It's leafy. So, I'm gonna go save real quick. And we are going to just quickly grind up a little bit off screen just to get up to ourselves to level 5. Since we also kind of need to get treat on Agnès as well, since anything that can kind of help our HP is going to be vastly appreciated. So I will meet you guys back here in a brief moment. Alrighty, and we're back after a whole 3 minutes of grinding. That did not take nearly as long as I thought it would. So let's go ahead and let's go take care of our first boss battle. Now I can't imagine what Agnès is thinking. Do you really think that if she just hands herself over, that's gonna be it? Plain and simple? Oh, Agnès, so naive.
Done! Done! We've supplies to last a fortnight! Cannonballs to rain iron on Kaldisla for a week straight!
Seems we've been saved the effort. Have a look below.
Oh, the vestals come to us! Planning a frontal assault, is she? I like it! So help me, Holly, I'm going in myself this time! Don't try to stop me!
I don't suppose I've much choice. I'll join you Let's be done with her and back to the villa already. I'm liable to go on a killing spree if I don't get a proper shower soon.
Watch the ship, boys!
Aye, sir!
To battle! White! Give us a fitting arena! Monk Barras' lair enters the ring!
Just blue light. What's happening?
A part of the Asterisk's power, boy! You know where to run. Not till I'm finished with you.
I'd say we're already finished here. I'm not breaking a sweat if it's not absolutely necessary.
What? I live for fighting, woman! Let me have this! My heart's fuse is lit! You can't unlight my heart fuse!
Ugh, must you always shout? Daft or loud, man? Pick one! I take it you've come to surrender, girl. You've caused more than enough hassle already.
I understand that. I've no intention of resisting.
Lovely. She speaks sense.
What? No soul-searing combat? No white-knuckled fisticuffs? No smashing?
Pipe down! Or will it take my boot on your throat? Now, come along, Vestal. I'll see you're well taken care of.
I thank you for seeing me here, Tiz. I expect we will not meet again.
Agnès, wait! You can't go just yet! You, Sky Knights, will you promise me she won't be mistreated?
I've said it once. I plan to take care of her myself. I'll see the beatings aren't fatal.
Greetings! Finally! Count me in!
What?
She's dragged us all across this backwater for weeks. Surely I'm entitled to vent my frustrations. But fear not. I'll see she's brought back from the brink each time. Though I fear my magic won't keep the girl's mind intact.
Are you listening to this, Agnès? I told you before.
Tiz, I'm not...
You're my hope. I'll not hand you over to these monsters.
Ah, youth. So passionate, so sincere, so thoroughly stupid. Ugh, it's enough to make me retch. This maudlin display's gone long enough! Baris, show these starry-eyed brats what they're up against!
Yes! Finally, the duel begins! On with the punching!
Alright, hope you're ready. Time for death by frontal assault. Also, oh, this music. Love it. Okay. Let's go ahead and use our ability. Go ahead and examine Barras for his HP, and we'll do the exact same thing with Agnès as well. Get Holly's as well. And we can also kind of see, how much damage they can do. So Holly has a massive 337 HP, no weaknesses, and she's a human, obviously. Barras, on the other hand, has a whopping 405 hit points. Well, hopefully we can kind of pull off some damage on this guy. Let's see, Invigorate, that's going to bump up his physical attack. 46, that's not terrible. Ow. I'm actually surprised Holly did as much damage as he did. How did she do so much damage? Okay, well, let's go for a couple of defaults then. Build up some BP. Ooh, good timing on the default there. Okay. You also notice that Barras also attacked twice, so not only can we brave in default, they can do it too. So let's see, let's go ahead and go for one Brave. Start working on Baris over here. And let us have Agnès use Treat on herself, get her HP back up. Ooh, nice dodge. Oh, that sucks. She's using Protect. So Protect builds up his physical defense by 25% for 5 turns. So let's go ahead and go for a default then, kind of just wait for the Protect to fall off, and then we can go for an all-out attack. Too slow, can't even hit me. Oh, more Protect. I guess that extends it then. That really sucks. Well, in that case, why don't we just go for a, we'll go for another Brave. Brave twice, and go ahead and start working on Baris. In the meantime, let us default one more time with Agnès. Now also, the best thing about the Exam ability is that you can now flip over and see their HP anytime. So we can see ours, and once they're done, we can also see theirs. So let's go ahead and default with Tiz, and then we will use our ability for Treat and get Tiz's HP back up as well. And then on the next turn, we'll get our HP back up. Okay, let's go for a couple of defaults on Tiz. And let's Brave a couple times and start working on Baris a little bit more. Oh, that was a crit. There we go. Ooh, this is doing so much damage to Agnès, not good. In that case, let's go for Braves on Tiz. Keep working on Baris. And let us go for a Treat on Agnès. Keep her HP topped up. Now, thankfully, Holly isn't using Arrow as much as I thought she would. That does a lot of damage to us. Let's go for a couple of defaults. And we can probably speed this up just a little bit. Couple more default, go. And this turn we will have Tiz Brave twice. Keep working on Baris. And we will have Agnès go for a Brave. Treat on herself. Treat on Tiz. Ooh, Invigorate, that sucks. Oh, but didn't hit Agnès. Ooh, very lucky. Okay. Let's go for a couple of defaults. And default on... Let's default on Agnès too. Okay. Another default on Tiz. Go for a couple Braves on Agnès. And get our HP back up and going. So Agnès is kind of falling to the default healing character at the moment, since we don't have access to White Mage abilities just yet. Yeah, this isn't doing as much damage as I thought it would. I expected him to be a lot tougher. So let's go for a couple Braves. Keep working on Barras over here. He's also down in -1, so he can't even counterattack. And we'll go for a default on Agnès. How much HP does he have left? About another 100 or so, that shouldn't be too bad. Go for some defaults. And let us go for a Brave on Agnès. Get her HP back up. Now for the record, it actually is possible to do this battle just at level 1. But but those take a very long time to do. They really do. So let's go and attack Barras, and we'll attack Barras, get his HP down. Oh, that did nothing. Let's go for a couple of defaults then. Ooh, well timed. That was well timed. Go for a couple of Braves on Tiz. And let's go ahead and attack with Agnès too. We're at a good amount of hit points. And Holly isn't doing any damage to us. He keeps missing. Alright, default seems like a good idea. Oh, and he's going to self-destruct. Nice! So when Barras gets low on health, down to like last 20% or so, he'll use a self-destruct attack, which does a lot of damage to everyone on the field, including Holly. So now we can actually go ahead and just focus on taking her down. Alright, let's go for a couple defaults here. While she tries to whack us with her stick. Alright, she's built up her defense, that kinda sucks, but we can go ahead and just go for an all-attack here. No, I don't want to default with Agnès here, I want to Brave. We use one ability to treat Tiz just to be safe, and we'll just go for an all-attack here. See if we can work on taking down Holly here. With only 200 HP left, she's not going to pose much of a threat. Yeah, it's default. Work our way back up to an all attack. And we will default with Agnès. Okay, let's go for another default, and we will Brave with Agnès. Keep on whittling down Holly's HP. Ooh, that hurt. But we're fine, we're fine. Go ahead and go for another Brave. Keep whittling down the HP. You know, for a White Mage, I'm not entirely sure why she's not healing. It would seem like the appropriate thing to do when you're down to your last little bit of HP. There it is, finally. Okay. In that case, let's keep working on building up our Brave points then. Now that we're maxed out, we can go ahead and go Brave. And just full out attack this lady. See how much we can do here. So close. So close. Oh, 24 hit points left. That's fine. We can take it out with just by whacking with our sword. Shouldn't take much, and she lived. Why are you so persistent, woman? Ugh. There we go. You're done. You're done. I applaud you for your endurance, but you're just no match for us. Look at all that money. Damn. So when we defeat bosses inside this game, that actually gives us access to other job classes. So because we defeated Baris, we get the Monk's Extras. So Monk is exactly the way you would imagine it to be. It's a brute strength physical attacker. Lots of HP, lots of physical attack. Most of the abilities that you'll get through Monk are focused entirely on increasing your attack strength, as well as focusing on raising your physical attack, just raw physical attack. And because we defeated Holly, we also now have access to Little White Mage. Finally, no longer do we have to rely on Treat to restore our HP. So White Mage is exactly as what you expect it to be. Focus on healing, but the other really nice thing about the White Mage is that a lot of the passive abilities you can get from them focus on increasing your magical defenses.
Agnès, are you hurt? I'm glad I was able to stop you.
Tiz, I was naive. I swore I would involve no others in my journey. The task I face is mine as Vestal, and mine alone. Yet I was afraid. When faced with capture, I wavered. I had thought I'd steeled myself to face any peril, to withstand any pain. But had I faced those two alone, I'd have faltered. My journey would have ended in a cell, or worse. I am grateful to you, Tiz, and grateful for you. Will you join me? I would like you to join me.
I did that a while back, silly. It's no surprise. I have it on very good authority. I'm the eager to meddle type.
Tiz, I thank you.
That just leaves the problem of how we're crossing the sea. We need to get you to Ansheim, don't we?
I have another plan. This one's better still. If riding their ship as a captive's out, why not as a captain?
You want us to steal an airship? Though, if we did manage it...
We've no way of knowing where it went.
Let's head back to the city for now. We can ask around there.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Officers of the Eternian forces each hold magical items called asterisks that bestow new jobs. Defeat them and claim their asterisks to acquire their job. Select job from the menu. Changing jobs affects your base stats and determines your equipment and aptitude. Pay close attention when gearing up. Abilities used in combat. Each job has job command with command abilities falling under that heading. The monk's job command is martial arts, for example, containing the command abilities for strong strike and invigorate. Passive abilities that work just by being equipped. For a monk, they include HP 10% up, Necolor, etc. Each ability has a cost. Equip as many as you can afford. You can also have the ability to mix and match your abilities, your current job's abilities, as well as one other job's command. So we don't have to necessarily just be a monk. We can be a monk slash freelancer, monk slash white mage, monk slash Tiz master. I don't even know. And we can do that all from the menu screen. So let's go ahead and let's switch Tiz over to a monk. Tiz, you're no longer a freelancer. From here on out, you are not a white mage, you are a monk. And Agnès, freelancer, you are no longer going to be that. You need to be a white mage. I will no longer accept treat as a viable method of healing. We'll worry about the equipment a little bit later. For now, let's just head back to town, since there's one last thing we need to do before we end this episode. Using magic. To cast magic, you'll need a spell scroll and the corresponding ability. The party can all share a single scroll, and abilities have level limits, such as White Mage level 2. So we need ourselves a scroll. We also need to save. That's also a thing we could do. I always want to save after a long boss fight. Could you imagine if my 3DS turned off and I had to do the entire thing again? I might scream. A lot. And is the shop open this late? It is! Very good. So we actually get the cure, we can get poison curing, blinding curing, fire, blizzard, and thunder at this point. Since we only have the white mage ability, let's just go for cure. We'll pick up poison and blind later on. And unfortunately, Agnès actually isn't high enough level to equip it just yet. I don't believe so anyways. Let's do a quick check of her abilities. Job command, white magic. She has access to self-healing, which automatically cures poison, blind, and silence after battle. But does she have access to it? I think she does. No, I believe it's at the next job level. Once you reach level 2, then you can start using white magic level 2. So in between episodes, I will go acquire some extra job points, get our abilities up a little bit, and we will move further the plot. We need to go see the king, but it's nighttime now, so he's gonna be asleep, the lazy bum. So until next time, thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day.